With the power of passion, I'll protect everyone!
Cleef is a Knight-type summoner with outstanding skills to protect his allies. Cleef faces the enemies at the front line of the battle with his high survivability. Cleef quickly rushes into the middle of the enemies using his blunt weapon, provokes them, and grants various buffs to his allies. Depending on the attribute, Cleef's first skill can push back enemies or stun them, or recover a portion of his HP lost by airborning the enemy. He can reduce damage taken by team members, increase the monster's defense and resistance, and has various passive skills to protect his allies. Meet Cleef, the summoner armed with fortitude and humor.
You need a warm heart.
Kina is a support class summoner who can heal and empower allies. Kina uses a hammer as her main weapon to cast special recovery spells. She can attack enemies within the area and recover allies' HP at the same time, and also help allies in grave danger by granting a high amount of recovery and immunity. Kina's third skill can recover a high amount of HP depending on the weapon, and reduce the cooldown of beneficial effects. She has lots of skills that are specialized for supporting allies. Meet Kina, the cute but powerful summoner.
It is time.
Orbia is a magician-class summoner who deals powerful ranged area of effect attacks. Orbia uses her main weapon, the staff, to fire magic projectiles to attack the enemy, and she casts spells that reduce the enemy's defense. Depending on the attribute, Orbia's second skill can freeze the enemy, apply burn by spraying flames, or launch a long light ray to deal critical damage. She can deal powerful damage to enemies within the area, and use various passive skills to protect the allies. Meet Orbia, the summoner with bewitching skills and charms.
Hello and welcome to yet another Summoners War Chronicle stream. I'm Comtuous Idol, and we got a special guest here. Why don't you introduce yourself, Jug?
I mean, you already said my name.
Oh, that's right.
You already said my name.
Why don't you tell the people all about you?
What's up, guys? My name's Jug. Straight from ImTheJuggurnot. I stream, as you guys probably saw earlier today, actually. This guy over there, but I also stream Chronicles. I've been playing Chronicles literally since day one of NA launch, and I've enjoyed it. Very fun game. I also make YouTube videos as well, like helpful guides. If you guys want any like helpful guides on any of the raids that are out, I do have guides on the raids besides Twisted March, that'll be coming soon. And yeah, I just enjoy playing this game. It's really fun. I love the community, the Chronicles community, primarily because everybody in the Chronicles community is really chill. They're very helpful. They love talking about the game, and yeah, it's a fun game to play overall.
Yeah, I've seen some of your shorts on YouTube. Pretty funny stuff, so definitely recommend everybody check him out online later today.
Hopefully.
You know, I think we've got the phones ringing for the hello? Elite Raid hotline. Honestly, I wanted to get like one of those old phones, right? You actually pick it up, like, hello.
Hello.
Oh, what's up, Wycuz? Hello, Claros.
What's up, Pat?
Hello, GW Side and Paulo Henrique. How you guys doing today? We got like a small update, kind of, ish, reset for the season.
Oh, yeah, I mean, TOA
Yeah.
reset.
That was pretty big.
But yeah,
it's big, but
TOA is big.
Yeah.
TOA is rewards. Like, TOA is something we all want to make sure we're doing, because like TOA is great. I think everybody likes TOA.
Ooh, I see one of our other influencers on YouTube, Basic Mudblood. Shout out to her. How you guys doing today?
What's up? What's up?
So I mean, yeah, like I said, we got some Elite Raid hotlines going on. So any tips or tricks to start off some of our maybe newer players who are struggling, or?
Well, if you're a newer player, I always okay, let's say you just started a couple weeks ago, or you're a person, starting out your raids. There's always the people that, they get to this area and they're like, okay, Jug, how do I start climbing up the ranks to get to Twisted Marsh? because Twisted Marsh is a huge like power grind, because it's like the minimum for Twisted Marsh is what, 390 if I'm not mistaken. Oof. That's a lot of power. That's a lot of power.
I'm almost there, I think.
But it starts pretty much at these 2 dungeons, mainly Foggy Prison. You want to make sure that you're doing your Foggy Prison pretty much every single week. Making sure you're doing your raids every single week is super important, just to make sure that you're able to get as many coins as possible, and especially with the sprout bonus now. So let's say you're a person that's like you're able to do your your raids pretty much every week. It's good to help out newer players, because you now get the benefit of helping out newer players as well. So I would say, if anything, make sure that you're knocking out your raids, making sure you do everything you can to gain power. There's a lot of ways to do that, but it mainly starts with your raids. But for Foggy Prison, I know people always say, like, what team should I use? What team should I use? What team should I use? And I quite literally say all the time, if you're just starting Foggy Prison, the best team to start is Shannon, Kona, and Asilia. Like, easy, bar none.
Holy Trinity.
I call them the God Squad, because when I first started playing the game, those are the 3 I was using really, really well. Especially if you're in Orbia, because if you're in Orbia, you get so much benefit out of the team, because you pretty much get like free. Asilia has a very good synergy with Orbia, Fire Orbia, because Fire Orbia puts down burn, and then Asilia turns those burns into Depth Break. And she's also a really good damage dealer herself. She's very cheap, she's very efficient, she doesn't require too much. You just put her on Rage Blade and she works well for you. And then Konami, you just make super tanky, and then Shannon, you just make super tanky. It's a very easy team to make. So if you are just getting into this raid, these 3 are easy, easy to just throw down. They'll allow you to complete it, and then you just make sure you knock it out, and you're totally fine. Then obviously, as time goes on, or if you ever luck into a 3-star ticket, you can replace Asilia with things like Helia, because Helia brings a brand, and she's also a really good damage dealer herself. So that really works out. So I would say, if anything, make sure you're doing your Foggy Prison. Everybody does their Foggy Prison still, and when I do it, I just pretty much speed clear it. It's pretty much just like, pretty much the team is pretty much now going to be Argon, and pretty much like Helia, not Nikki. Why'd I put Nikki? I thought it was Helia. It'll probably be like these 3, and I just dodge around and call it a day. And like I said, Foggy Prison is pretty easy to do. It's not hard by any means. You just have to get used to, like, pretty much Foggy Prison is kind of an introductory to like learning how raids work and how to avoid damage. 'Cause I think Foggy and White Castle are very doable without a healer. You just have to get used to like certain things or certain mechanics, and just being able to raid with a group. And one thing people have to learn is pretty much like clumping, which is pretty much like everybody getting together, so that way you can all get the benefits from every ability, like shields and heals and everything. So I would say, make sure, if anything, like going into the team, and bring something that can benefit everybody, like I said, a heal, a defense break, a buffer, and all that stuff, and you'll be fine.
Let's see, I think everyone's saying you lose the Sprout. I feel like it's after 10 runs, right?
I believe it's 10 runs, yeah.
Okay. Because even though the 10 runs are over, you're always, as a new player going into a more, I would say, mid-game player, right? After the Sprout lane, it's always a good opportunity to just still help out those newer players, just because.
Because everybody, everybody benefits. That's why, because when the game first came out, when it was in November, helping out a newer player was literally just because you were just being helpful. The person that was being helpful got absolutely nothing from it. So there were people that were just like,
felt like a little puppy in a box on the street.
Yeah, it's like, hey, can you help me? Hey, can you adopt me? And then like players that were just like well past that were just like, I don't want to adopt that. Now everybody wants to adopt you. So if you're a newer player, don't be scared. There's a lot of streamers, especially on the English side. There's myself. There's other people, like I know people like Salty Stark streams now. Pat, whenever he feels like it. Like I don't know if Pat does it, the help stream, but there are people. There are a lot of English streamers that would be more than happy to help out newer players if you're on the appropriate server. Because I'm personally on the West Annabelle, so if you're on the West side, I have no problem helping out anybody that comes to my chat, says, "Hey Jug, I need help with a raid." I don't mind that whatsoever. But just hook up with a streamer or just try to find some friends, try to find a community to where they can help you out with a raid, so that way you guys can start knocking out the raids yourself.
I see Baker's Good put a suggestion, Sprouts for returning players. Because I have been noticing a lot of people coming back to the game. So, Baker, we do have that survey coming out at the end of the stream. If you like his suggestion, feel free to toss it in there and we'll send it up to the right people, if you know what I mean.
Kevin's a top player on Camilla. Every now and then we have a lot of Kevin fans. Kevin is super popular in the Chronicles community. He has his own fan club. He literally has a guild. That's a fan club.
It's called Kevin's fan club?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Will there be any advanced tips, or is this all rookie advice? I think we're going to eventually work our way to the advanced tips because, we got to have our small beginnings and then rise up to end game stuff, right?
Yeah, to be honest, if you have any questions in regards to anything regarding the game, I'm more than happy to help you out. Like I said, I played this game since launch. I played the game like nonstop since launch. Literally, the game came out. So if you have any questions, I can pretty much give you a good answer on like what to do or anything, trying to help you out when it comes to trying to either gain power or either teams or a monster. I don't know every monster because some monsters are a little bit niche, but for the most part, I can pretty much give you like what certain like meta teams in pretty much every dungeon is. This Kevin, what's up, man?
Oh, the man.
The Kevin is the world famous Kevin is here. Can everybody please acknowledge Kevin in the chat? He's the most famous Chronicles player in the game, period. No one is more famous than Kevin. I can't wait to meet him. He's gonna be at the Dallas meetup. He said he was coming. I hope he does come. I'm gonna try to knock out all the girls that are gonna flock up to him, just so I can give him a handshake or something. I swear, like I gotta fight through everything to get to this man. But
like a con, you gotta pay to get his.
Exactly. It's all Kevin's here. Gotta up security. So they can stop getting on this man. But yeah, if you guys have any questions in regards to Chronicles, like I said, I'm here.
Definitely toss them up in the chat.
You can ask me when I'm streaming. Like I said, I have no problem when it comes to like answering questions when it comes to this game, because I do enjoy this game a lot. If you have any questions regarding any of the raids, or even if it's a little bit off, like, because I know like there are some subcategories when it comes to raids, like, okay, well, I need power. Because I can have the monsters, but how do I get the power? It's like those questions, I have no problem answering those. So if you have any of those, like, just toss them up. I don't mind answering any questions whatsoever when it comes to the game.
I know the update roadmap for April got released. What are your thoughts about it?
I'm excited. Mainly because of new content. I think nobody's gonna be mad at new content, especially. New
content's always good.
The new content is always good. What's up, Barcode?
Barcode, let's go.
Like, no one's gonna be mad about newer content.
Of course.
And on top of that, it's like more areas to explore. We have new outfits, and with new content, it's probably gonna be a new raid, and there's a lot of things that are coming to this game, which I'm pretty much happy with when it comes to the game. Like, especially, we're kind of getting spoiled because I feel like every month there's something new to do. And the good thing about Chronicles is that there's so much stuff to do, even as a newer player. Even as a player that's been playing since day one, there's still a lot of stuff to do. So this game kind of depending on like where you are in the game. Like, if you just started, there's a lot to do. If you're in the game, there's a lot to do. So either way, you're in a good spot, and you don't have to worry about anything. Like, you can play at your own pace. And like I said, there's people willing to help you. That's a great thing about the game.
All right, and then chat, let us know too what you guys think about the update. We already know Jug's thoughts, but let us know. Shokin, what do we think about merging servers? Honestly, I think we could do it. Put the whole fan base together. But definitely, toss that suggestion up. We do want to hear more from you guys again. Basic Mudblood got a question about the new skills. In the preview for them, it shows Orbia as a sub for skill 1, and Cleef and Kina, it's sub skill 2. Are they locked into those skills, or can you sub out any skill from one of the new ones?
I don't know. The game.
Yeah, I also don't know the answer to that one. We'll have to find out when the update, releases with Kantana. So hopefully, guys, you get your machetes to clear out those trees to make your way into the new continent. Use Sky Arena, can't engine it works. Wait, I don't know what that means. I don't know why I read that one.
Hey guys, we know about the account shop. We ain't gotta ask this every stream.
Yeah, guys, we do know about the account shop, so I know you guys are getting a little antsy about it, but definitely, keep an eye out, right? That's the best I can do, right? We'll just have to wait and see. Maybe it'll come out with a new update. Maybe it won't. No guarantees on that, but just keep an eye out. Richard Morales, hey, what's up, my man?
What's up, Richard?
Oh, chat fix, I can definitely agree with it. Jug and I were actually talking about that earlier today. Like, these bots are getting out of control, man.
I'm gonna let y'all know right now, I'm fighting for y'all. I'm fighting for y'all. I'll report every single bot. I want them on the chat just as much as y'all do.
The fact they're using the megaphones now.
No, like I'm saying, man, the chats are they're evolving, bro. They're using. It's like they couldn't win in the normal chat. Now they're using megaphones. Trust me, we know. I report it. They know. I report it to them every single time. Trust you guys are fine. You don't have to worry. If there's any crazy things going on in chat, I got you. I'm the first one to report it. I'm the first one.
Let's see. The only Buck One says, any recommendations from 300k to 400k? He's been stuck for a while.
Well, okay. So when you're trying to like gain the extra tier of powers, that's when you start getting into the more tedious stuff. So, like we were just talking about this before the stream. Some of the ways people kind of forget is also like the left side of Trial of Ascension. So Trial of Ascension just reset. So you should have enough coins now, or you should be working on your spires as well. So it's like make sure you're working on your Trial of Ascension and also your spires of Ascension. As I clicked on Trial of Ascension again, make sure you're kind of knocking these out too, because you're gonna want these. You're gonna want these the Rahul medals, the Token of Guard, and the Token of Test. You want to start building those up. Then you come back to the left side here of Trials of Ascension, and you want to make sure that you are using these to upgrade your summoner and also your monsters, because these apply outside of TOA and inside of TOA as well. But these also give you a little bit extra boost in power that a lot of people just don't know of. So make sure you're knocking out spires so that you can get these bonus stats, because again, these stats apply to every monster and to every summoner. So you want to make sure you're knocking this out. Then I would say another thing people kind of have to look into is also your professions, because I know this is like very tedious, it's super expensive, but you got to knock this out because it's super good to do it. So one thing that you should be doing, as well as like just upgrading your weapons, make sure all your weapons have these like very small things like these trinkets right here. These little these gems,
yeah.
these work for all your monsters. They boost your stats, and that way that gets you power. So any way that can boost your stats gives you more power. So these gives you more power. There's also books on your runes that you can also do. Most people miss out on this. Add these to your runes. Appropriate ones though, like if they make them tankier, or give them more crit rate, or give them more attack. These are ways to get more power as well. So these are small ways to eke out power. But for the most part, the main reason people are kind of stuck on power is because they're not working on their summoner. And your summoner is your main key of getting power. It's very important that you work on things to update your summoner, like getting your summoner better weapons, working on trying to get them, working on your right side, like your sub weapon, your earring, your necklace, your bracelet, your ring, all that stuff. You gotta start upping those gears. So you wanna awaken them further, get them to 6-star, 6-star 1, whatever. But you, for the most part, just want to start working on your summoner, because your summoner is a very key way of getting you power. It's very easy for monster, because all of it is pretty much just like, okay, do this, do that, you're done. But for summoner, you want to start making sure that you're upgrading your weapons and getting them to the next level. Make sure they have the appropriate stats, things like that, and that'll help you start gaining power as time goes on, as well as like making sure that you're transcending your summoner. I don't like that, stuck on that. Transcending that as well. So make sure you're looking out for the materials that you need to transcend your summoner, because that also gives you power too, because they're getting more levels, which means they'll get more stats, which means more power. So those are other ways to get you more power.
Speaking of spires, when you were talking about it earlier, IX Crusher did ask, he's managed to get up to 510k, but he can't beat 97, spires 97. Is there a recommendation you can give in clearing the floor?
I'm the last person to ask. I was just talking about this before stream. I need to start working on my spires, because spires is a place where I've been lacking, and like I literally just say like that's the way to gain power. But I'm also working on weapons. Like this is why I go back to like there's so much to do in this game. I'm not a person that has a lot of time in the world. Like I work a lot of hours a day. I usually work like 10, 11, sometimes 12 hours a day. So I kind of just squeeze in the time that I have for Chronicles because I genuinely just enjoy the game. So for Spires, anything higher Spire, last person I asked, I don't know. I would say if anything, probably ask E. Kevin's in the chat. Pretty sure E. Kevin has done it. There's also Pat. There's also
Baker's in there.
There's
too.
Baker's in the chat. I'm pretty sure Baker's has a YouTube channel, by the way. Let me shout that out real quick. He has a YouTube channel. You could ask him anytime. You know, just ask in the comment section. Baker's has been very grateful. Just Childish. We're Childish Streaming Chronicles. I'm pretty sure you can ask Childish. He may know, or he may know a person that knows as well. There's a lot of people in the community that can pretty much help you out. There's Barcode's in the chat. Barcode has a YouTube himself, and I'm pretty sure Barcode's probably done it himself. I don't know.
Yeah,
There's a lot of people that have done Chronicles content and are probably higher inspires than me, and you can check them out. But I would say probably the best person to ask is probably, like I said, Baker's, because Baker's is really up there. He's one of the highest powered people on global. I mean, not global, on West NFL. You know, pretty sure he's up here where he goes like summoner power, where he's probably, yeah, there you go, top 5. So he probably knows. So I would say ask him. He probably has a better understanding of how to get more, how to beat that.
Shokin, he suggested killing the mermaids first in 10 seconds. So,
Shokin,
Crusher. Yeah. Maybe focus on the mermaids. I don't know either because I'm like on floor 40 for fire, so I'm still kind of working on it.
We got a lot to do. We got a lot to do.
Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of people in the chats too. So if you guys, like Doug said, just feel free to check everybody out because they got content for everything. Let's see.
I will try to shout out as much people as possible. There's a lot of Chronicles content creators. They're all great. They're all amazing. They're all very, very committed to the game. They've been way more committed. Probably a lot more committed than I am. I just religiously play the game, and I try to knock out as much as I can. I try to help out on the Twitch side. But on the Twitch side, like I said, when I stream the game, like I'm usually like here. Or if you guys have any questions as far as like the game, I am no problem whatsoever trying to help out any players trying to like get into like the upper content, because it'll be very beneficial for sure.
Generally 97 is about getting a heavy DPS team down to single target down, one at a time. The only other way he's heard of people is using AoE silence to keep them all from using their skills, but AoE silence is a rare skill. That's true. I haven't really seen that many like AoE monsters.
You silence?
Yeah, that like this area effect ones.
That's just Nephthys or Isis. That's literally just Nephthys or Isis. Like you have a Nephthys. I've said this. Nephthys is probably one of the stronger LD5s in the game. She's really good. Like Nephthys is such a good LD5. Such a good LD5. Just means Neph well, yeah, basically. Nephthys older guy, really, pretty much. That sounds about right. Like Nephthys is a really strong LD5 in the game. So if you have Nephthys, you're winning. You're actually winning. You're blessed.
And mermaids over witches, then Howls, and Cammy. Wait, oh, I didn't even know when Amazon has an AoE silence either. Isn't on?
Does she? I didn't know that.
You learn something new every day.
You learn something new every day. Like I said, there's a lot of monsters in the game that I haven't used. So I'm not sure, like, you know, there's some skills that I'm not too sure of, or, you know, I don't know every monster, because I feel like every monster there's a good amount of monsters in Chronicles that have a place for sure. So you can definitely find some monsters that are definitely usable and go from there. I think the laptop died. Did it die?
Oh, we got some technical difficulties. I don't know what happened. Our laptop died, and I'm gonna try using a different one. Here, let's try using this one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just oh, there we go. That should be
As we get everything back. RIP laptop. We should be good.
Oh. Well.
Yo, what's up, Shingway Ninja? How you guys doing? Unique monsters to Chronicles, or use the ones that Skyrim is for now. I mean, there are unique monsters to Chronicles. There's already the Vampire Hunters, there's the Gores, there's the Vampire Hunters, the Gores, the Ravens, the Beetle Knights. The Beetle Knights are also like unique to Chronicles as well. If anything, I would like for some Chronicles monsters to go to Sky Arena.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
I think Gore would be a pretty cool monster to have to Sky Arena. I hope they do that at some point.
I kind of want to see the Beetle Knight get transferred over to Sky Arena.
That would be pretty cool. I kind of hope they actually consider doing that, because I think they're pretty sick. And we're back. We got it back, guys.
We're back in.
We got it, guys. We did it.
I guess we just had a bad plug, so.
Too bad. I'm sorry for the party I was with. I'm sorry for the party I was with. I apologize. Yeah, Beetle Knights would be super cool in Sky Arena. I hope I actually want Gores, because Sky Arena hasn't had 3 stars in a while, so I think they'll be cool 3 stars to kind of add to the game.
It'd be funny too with all the memes. I'm gonna see all the Kung Fu Panda ones go, monkey.
That'd be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind that whatsoever. Wanting a Neffy. Everybody wants a Nephthys. Nephthys is super good.
I believe Korea just did get the 9-tailed foxes, so.
And they look great.
Yeah.
If
you guys are spoiling yourselves in Korea.
Korea is just, they're doing
French
good.
kiss right there.
Korea's eating. Korea's eating good. It came up again. Make sure it dies. We should be good though.
We should be
good.
If there's any more technical difficulties, maybe we'll just answer the phone and answer your guys' question.
Hello, sir. Hello, we need help with power.
Let's see. Maybe we missed any. Oh, so for beginners, you think Wind Inugami is good for them? And the laptop just died, didn't it? Well, it's not a stream without its scuffness,
right?
So, if you guys have any questions, Jug and I are more than happy to answer them for you guys on the stream. So,
I love live shows.
Fire away.
We said Wind Inugami. I actually haven't seen. I think if you're doing Spires, you could probably use them there for sure. Like, because for Spires, like I said, it depends on who you are. Like, there may be like you may not have access to a bunch of like nat.
Let's turn.
Bunch of nat 5s. So there's some nat 4s that you probably end up using. Is there a new raid soon? There's a new boss that will drop 6-star rooms. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure if that's a raid. But there will be a new boss coming into the game that does drop 6-star rooms.
Where's April Fool's on Chronicles? There is an event on Sky Arena, but nothing on Chronicles.
Vagabond?
Maybe you'll have to wait and find out. April 1st. And it's still the 30th first, so let us at least finish out March with a bang, right? Whoop. And then we're just going to tappity-tap. Hey, we're kind of back.
And we're back again. Vagabond, that would be great though. That would be great if
honestly, yeah.
That would be great.
We are kind of considering it.
Yeah. That would be super great.
Definitely toss that suggestion. That way we can, work our way into.
Trust, if anything, Vagabond, the streamers have been yelling about this for a while.
Ooh, okay. We got a question from Peepo Invest. Can you talk about suggested best Nat 5s for beginners to invest in once they finish the story?
Argon, Bastet are the top 2. I would say Argon, Bastet, and Annabelle. Argon, because Argon's probably one of the best PvE DPSs currently in the game. Then we have Bastet. Bastet's really good because of just the shield, the attack buff, and again, you can put her on damage as well, and she works well there. One of the best attack buffers, especially if you're an Orbia main. Then we have Annabelle. NFL, once you start getting to like White Castle, she becomes very valuable there because let's say you're a person that you just suck at dodging.
Not pointing fingers, but you know, just
you
in
suck
case.
at dodging. But she's also really good for Naraka because Naraka is where she like starts really shining because of the fact that it's just like in Naraka, you know, you get that heal block on you, and you don't want that, and you could take that off. And Annabelle's pretty great at there. Like she's overall really great in Naraka, not 5. But in the beginning, like let's say you're doing like your your selector summon. I say the best 2 to go for are either what is it? Are either Argon or Sekhmet. I think those are like the best to go for. But Argon primarily. If you have the time to go through all those selector summons and try to focus on the Argon, I would say 1000% get Argon. He's really good.
When am I ever going to summon an LD 5-star? Kirov, we believe. You just got to put more faith in yourselves. As Comtua's Havoc used to say, it's a love issue, not a skill issue.
It's a love issue.
So you're not putting enough love into your summons. How's the dungeon going? So the dungeon is going.
I'm out that dungeon. I'll tell you that right now.
It's gone. Yeah, I mean, overall though, I think most people have been just kind of trying to complete the White Shadow and the Foggy for now, right?
Yeah, because that's what I say. Like when it comes to, because I know if you just start the game, there's going to be that hard grind to try to get to like the higher rates, which is pretty much like White Shadow and also Twisted Marsh. Like a lot of people won't get to Twisted Marsh anytime soon. Like the main people that are doing Twisted Marsh are the people that have been kind of hard grinding for like 3-4 months. So if you like just started, it's pretty much a hard grind to try to get to that level. But like it's not as bad as people think it is. It's more just like I said, doing the tedious stuff and also just gold. That's why like if you're just beginning the game, like I pretty much always recommend like try to not go crazy with your gold when it comes to like monsters and anything like that. Like try to make sure that you use your gold very sparingly because your gold is very valuable in the beginning. Because a lot of people were going super broke in the beginning. So I would say if anything, make sure that whatever you're spending on, it's well worth it. You don't have to worry about like going broke.
Just me IRL, business as usual.
Pretty much. Argon over Bastet, yes, because Bastet you pretty much get for free because everybody gets a 6-star ticket, and if you're on global right now, you have a Bastet event going on. But Argon's literally the best DPS in the game. He can pretty much help out any player. He's not hard to build at all. He's relatively easy.
And if you don't have Argon, you know, best next thing is Narinha.
If you were around for the collab.
If you were around for that. Yeah. But other than that, what would you say would replace Argon?
Sekhmet. Sekhmet's pretty good. I think Sekhmet's a really good single target DPS. Not as good as Argon. Argon's just in a league of his own, crazy enough. There's also that. There's also Tessarion. Tessarion's a pretty good starting unit. There's also Naomi. Yeah, Naomi is like really good.
Naomi's good.
Naomi is amazingly good if you.
Ooh, speaking of Naomi though, that monster store you get it for free now.
Yeah. That's even better. That's even better. Because I remember when I first started the game, I could not get her for the first like month of the game. Like I could not summon Naomi. Naomi's great. I would say like Naomi is like a really good like a Argon replacement. It's just when you get Argon, Naomi is kind of like you throw it to the side. She's still not bad though.
Put that cat in the street.
But Argon, yeah, you just gotta put it to the side. But Argon is just way too good. Yeah, but like Basset you get for free. There's also like I would say like the best starter units are still like Sekhmet, Argon, and who else will be good? Sekhmet, Argon. Who would Tessarion? The probably the top 3 right now. Yeah, probably the top 3, I would say. But 1000%, I would say go for Argon. I would not go for anything else.
JG Blitz, what's up? He says he started Chronicles yesterday and got Charlotte, the Window Cult girl. Oh, is she good?
For PvP, yeah, she's good. But outside of PvP, because I think her ultimate is like PvP, or if I'm not mistaken, I'm not in the game, so I can't tell. But no, Charlotte's good. Charlotte's a really good unit for PvP. But outside of PvP, yeah, you wouldn't really use her. because her skills don't really aren't really needed for PvE content. But no, she is really good. She's actually a really good cold girl to have.
All right, I'm not gonna attempt that first part, but video share. He says he made it. Welcome to the stream. We're having some technical difficulties. I think maybe like a fuse blew out or something. We're not sure. We're working on it. So right now it's just a little chat with me and Jug. So
yeah, Cadiz. That's it. I'm not saying the I'm not saying.
If you finish that sentence, we're getting the hammer. Just kidding.
Stop breaking things. But that's what
we can't help it. It's in our nature. So
here, at the end of the stream, we're gonna break something. You don't know what it is, but stay tuned to find out.
Someone asked if Dark Vamp.
Oh, Cadiz is great. Cadiz is great. I thought we were memeing because
yeah, I thought you were memeing
because we were memeing on earlier. We were memeing on the Skyrim stream with Cadiz. And I'm like, I thought we were still memeing, but no, Cadiz is great. Cadiz you can use in Seal content. He's really great there. I'm not sure if people use him anywhere else. You could probably use him in what's the content? You could probably actually definitely use him in White Shadow Castle, but I know for sure he's using Seal. He's a really good
Argent farmable.
Technically, he is, but I wouldn't rely on it because you can get him in Path of Growth, on the Wind Path of Growth. Technically, he could drop from there, but the drop is like 0.00000000001%. So I wouldn't rely on that.
It's basically almost impossible.
It's almost impossible. Like you basically want the pieces. So like, I would say if you want Argon, because how I got Argon, make sure you're checking your exchange pieces shop every day. Check or every 6 hours, I believe. I think it's every 6 or no, I think it's 8 hours. Check it every 8 hours and hope you get some Argon pieces. That's how I got my Argon. That's how I got my Vertihill. That's how I got my Efna. That's how I got my Tiana. I got all of them by basically just refreshing the exchange pieces shop.
I haven't played Chronicles, and he has mixed feelings about it. Well, take those mixed feelings, put it in the pot, then stir it, and try it out.
Well, I say if anybody is like mixed on Chronicles, it technically is a free game to just try out. You can download it, try it out. And there's a lot of people in the free to play. There's a lot of free to play players in Chronicles, by the way. So there's a lot of free to play players that are doing exceptionally well in the game right now. They're just spending a lot of time in it. So I would say, like I said, if anything, if you are just starting the game as a free to play player, like just try it out. Knock out the story, do some content. And if you're liking it, you want to commit to it, go ahead and do so. But for the most part, like I said, it doesn't hurt to try out. It's free. Just try out the game, see how you feel about it, then go from there.
Like, don't worry, I'm just
trying to figure out everything right now.
I'm checking we got the cats back here. The Naomi's people left after they took on Arjun.
Yeah, like Baker's Goods is one of a top player on NFL West, and Nick and his brother Nick is also on the server, and he's up there free to play as well. So this game is very free to play heavy. It's just you gotta put a lot of time into the game. But I mean, if you're free to play, you gotta invest something. So you gotta invest your time. And I would say, if anything, there's a lot of things to do in the game. That's very free to play friendly. It just requires you it just requires that time commitment. But if you enjoy it, you won't really like notice it. Because I know when I was first playing the game, and I barely ever noticed the time half the time. So if you're enjoying the game, 1,000%, hey, just put a little time into it, put a little investment, and you'll be fine. 1,000%.
Vagabond's asking when Archer Summoner's release date's dropping. I don't know. Got to keep an eye out. But yeah, definitely check out our forums or the social media pages. Sometimes we'll drop funny memes. Kind of.
I would say when it comes to just to alleviate you guys' pain, because I know you guys ask about the account shop every single stream. The good thing about especially with like comment to us in any update, they announce it a month before. It's always a month prior when they announce any type of update. So if you haven't seen it a month before, it ain't coming next month. I will say that. And on top of that, myself, I talk to the Chronicles team all the time. So if there's any type of update if there's any type of update that's coming out and we can tell you guys, we'll let you guys know. But there's a lot of things that, we're doing as players, or just trying to figure out like what's coming up, or just any content that coming up, we can let you guys know. But for the most part, like if it isn't announced the previous month, we don't know. And trust me when I say, We want to know. Everybody wants to know the account shop. Everybody knows what archers are coming out. Everybody knows what 6-star runes are coming out. Like, we now know 6-star runes are next month. So we know that. So when it comes to like any new content in the game, trust, like just wait, look out for those forum posts. Like Idol said, they're always announced like, you know, the month prior. Any big update or anything that's coming across the month, it's always announced the prior month. They give you a roadmap. That's why they do it. So
oh, Celtic Rowan with the raid too. Oh, just in time.
Hey, yo,
you're raiding us right when we fixed our problem.
Hey, Celtic, thanks for the raid, man. Thanks for the raid.
Everything's better with a good guild, but yeah, very friendly. Yeah, see?
Can they at
Video
least give
shares
us
right.
Can they at least give us a reason why they are releasing it? There quite literally is no reason, because I think people have to, okay, so this is the non-com to us guy talking. We have to also consider that this game just released on global, just came out in NA probably like 4, 5, 6 months ago. It's been out of Korea. They have a lot of things to worry about. So like they're obviously trying to catch us up NA players, they're obviously trying to catch up global players. So that's on their schedule. We'll obviously at some point be pretty much all on the same schedule. But you know, if they're not saying anything, we're just not gonna know. So if anything, the best option is just to be patient. It really is, because like there's a lot of things that we can focus on players to try to get up there, and there's a lot of things for us players to do. But for the most part, we just have to remain patient. We can't like I want to bug these. I bug these guys probably more than you do. But at the same time, well, we have to be patient. And the guys at the LA office, they're lovely people. They try the best to get their information. They try to give it to us if they can, but we're kind of all in the same boat. The developers try to work on the game as much as possible. This is not me trying to be PA whatsoever. I'm just saying, like, at the same time, like, they're hardworking individuals. They're trying to get out as much as possible. So it's like, I don't think they're just working on getting, like, EU just got they just got White Shadow Castle. They still gotta get Twisted Marsh. They still gotta get a whole bunch. They still gotta get Seal. There's a lot of stuff they haven't gotten yet. So they're trying to work on like 3 different areas, trying to get them up to par. So I'm pretty sure once like everybody starts getting on par, then we'll start seeing more consistent updates from the company when it comes to like certain things coming out. But I'm pretty sure the reason why they're a little bit behind is because they're just trying to work on so many things or so many areas at one time and try to get them all caught up. Because when Global Launch came out, the game exploded. The game literally exploded. A lot of people are playing now. A lot of people are enjoying it. So they're really trying their best to try to get everybody on the same page. But trust me when I say, like, we're asking the same questions you guys are asking all the time, and we get the same answer. Just be patient. That's all we can do. So, you know, we gotta be patient. There's a lot of things to still enjoy in the game. We have a big update coming next month, which is going to be a lot of our time. But for the most part, it's all coming. We just got to wait. We just got to be a little bit patient.
Starlight Lumi, the chat bug. If you guys are still having experience with, Starlight Lumi, if you guys are still experiencing issues with the chat bug, definitely reach out to our CS team, or you're more than welcome to post it up as a bug report on the official Discord. And we always report this to our teams, to appropriate teams, to take a look into. And so once we get that, definitely, you know, toss that our way. We'll toss it to the team, and then hopefully they'll be able to fix it pretty soon, right?
As soon as possible. Like I said, we're trying, because I enjoy this game much as you guys, and I want this game to last a very, very long time. Trust, all the stuff that you guys are reporting, we doing it. So like I said, I enjoy this game. I want this game to be great. I really try to pass on information so that way Contours can like see it and it can be resolved as soon as possible. But trust, like we're fighting for you guys. Don't worry.
Thank you, Vagabond, for understanding the troubles with English. English is hard.
Very hard. This is why we speak Spanish around here and from now on. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien. See? Easy. Just easy like that.
I like how we're still E. Kevin. E. Kevin, I'm gonna need you to not take over the chat, man.
We're gonna need you to rein in your fans.
E. Kevin, can you please? Can we bring you on so you can calm down your fans? Your fans are getting very, very rabid. We need them to calm down. We need them to chill. Chill out, man.
And then Farash, if you're still having issues with that 700, if it's displaying 700, definitely send that again, like the bug report. If you think it's a bug, we'll take a look at it. We'll try to see the differences, and then we'll send that to the teams if we identify it's a bug too. So definitely toss that our way just to be safe, right? Because we want to make sure everybody gets the right stuff, if you know what I mean. I don't know why I said it that way, but
I don't know why you said it that either. Oh, yeah, Joe City, we know what you're talking about, and I report it every single time. I report it every single time because I know, especially when it's NFL, the chat was super sacred, and a lot of people would talk in chat as a way to like communicate if they need help with raids or anything like that. So trust me, every single time, at least on West NFL, at least on the server I'm on, every time it pops up, I immediately report it, and within a day, it's usually gone. Unfortunately, they're evolving. They're evolving because the last like 4 or 5 times I reported it, they've gone away. Now they're evolving to mega horns. So hopefully they like trust. They've done everything they could to try to disseminate this down, and they keep finding new ways to like come back up.
It's like Jurassic World.
Yeah, it's
T-Rex
crazy.
Evolving.
They literally keep evolving. So, but trust, like I reported it this morning. This is why I say we're on your side. I do it at least for my server. For the other servers, maybe there's probably people talking as well. It's probably happened on global, it happened on EU as well. But like every time it's reported, I report it myself, literally myself. I can show you proof of that. But yeah, it'll get fixed hopefully within like a couple days.
But yeah, I mean, I guess want to try doing a raid.
We'll try now.
We'll try now.
We'll try now. It's like, you want to do a raid? You can't do a raid. Raids are impossible. You can't do a raid.
So you guys hopping in Twisted Marsh? Jug will try to carry you guys.
I'm not gonna carry.
Okay, never mind. He won't carry.
I'm not kidding. Especially if it turns out being BG Baker's Goods. If it's Baker's Goods, he's definitely carrying. But it's good to like learn certain mechanics when it comes to certain raids. I think that's one thing people have to get used to. Because I know like this raid is very hard for people to get to because of the power level. 390 is, again, not everybody can reach that power level. So when you get to this raid, I hope people get to this raid, like grind. Make sure you knock out the other raids as well. If anything, like just ask. I would say like most people will help you with boiling water falling down. Twisted Marsh is depending on who you are, you may be able to solo. I cannot do that. But if it's like most any other, we got Young New. Young New is also another Chronicle streamer. He's very up there as far as power. He's up to doing it. Like these are all people that stream the game that will have no problem helping you out as long as you're, pretty much around the appropriate level.
Hey, I see that, Juno. Let's go. I'm an avid Juno enjoyer. Ulti says, will there be an update when it comes down to customize the outfits a bit more?
That'd be great.
The color palette. Honestly, I would love that.
That'd be great.
Oh, and weapon transmog? Say no more.
That would be great.
But yeah, definitely when the survey drops later on in the chat, add that in. We love to hear your guys' suggestions, feedback. We're always listening, keeping our eyes peeled. I see some of you guys in the Discord streaming, all like, lurk. You don't know who it is. Definitely not me on the main account, but
I trust they're watching. Yeah, they're definitely watching, and they see all like any suggestions that you guys put into the survey. They 1000% look at all of that. So if I were you, and there's a suggestion that you want added to the survey, and there's stuff that we ask count to us ourselves to try to see if like there's any plans on that as well. But all the things that you guys look into, trust me, it gets looked at. There are a lot of things that were added to the game that were actually your guys' suggestions. So if you guys have a suggestion, 1000%, like add that in. Like they read it every single time.
And then Farash, to answer the question about account shop again, keep an eye out, posted on the official channels, the forums, and then once we have the notes regarding the what was it? I just had a brain fart right there. The account shop, we'll definitely let you guys know first thing.
There needs to be a command for account shop. from now on until it gets into the
Suggest no limits on mining once auto starts. I don't know. I feel like people just leave it on like Bitcoin and just kind of mine forever.
For mining, I'll tell you this right now, use your exploration. Your exploration captain will save you a lot of time. Because like I said, I don't know if people heard me, like I don't have the most time to spend in this game. So the exploration captain is my best friend. So a lot of my mining is from him. So I would say that, or you just gotta, you gotta do it the old-fashioned way. Walk it up to the rocks yourself.
Oh.
And then hitting them rocks.
Oh, saying the limit. Okay, yeah, then yeah. Guild raid lobby, definitely
Add it in, man.
Add that sucker in.
Add it in. I'm telling you guys right now, a lot of the small things you guys want added to the game, a lot of times it does get added. So just add it into the survey, and it does get sent to the dev team, and the dev team does consider it. And sometimes they're like, yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. And it doesn't really affect the gameplay too much, and they just add it in. It's all good.
I like how Salrog says he doesn't blame himself for losing the raid. He just blames it all on his guild that he raids with.
That's
understandable.
That's the correct way. That's the correct thing. I'm with you. Don't blame yourself. Blame the people you raid.
Okay, now I understand what you're saying, Deja. Limit on auto makes sense, not on manual, which is upcoming. What do we say? Put it on the survey.
But yeah, no, it really is. Like, put it on the survey. Trust it. It gets read.
Honestly, Barcode, you can send that link on the survey too, and I'll be like, hey, dev team, take a look at this.
Like, people think it doesn't get read, but trust, it gets read. 1000% gets read every single time. So I would say, if anything, you got any suggestions, add it into the survey.
So I actually saw this is my first time actually watching gameplay of the Twisted March because I'm not that good. But I did like that little mechanic where you have to dodge all the snakes.
Oh yeah, the reason why I like a lot of these raids is they're very interactive. Like they become less of like just stand around and do nothing. Like they actually require you to play the game, which is like crazy, right? But it's mechanics. It's like small mechanics that people can learn. That just give you that that interactivity, which is actually great. That's why I like a lot of the raids in Chronicles, because
I definitely like that. Like
the main reason a lot of people like Seal, because Seal isn't like a damage check rate at all, because you can't defense break it.
Yeah.
It's oh, I got a weapon.
Ooh.
But it's mainly from like it's mainly just like you just walking around and dotting, and it requires you to move around and actually be active in the raid, which is why a lot of people do like Seal. Seals are very fun content.
Honestly, a lot of the even the story stuff, like they try to introduce you to some of these mechanics where you can't just sit still. Like everybody hates Shirleki, but when they first introduced that first boss battle,
that guy.
That first battle was actually interesting.
Can't stand Shirleki.
I hate him too, but like the mechanics they teach you there, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good things to learn because like
it's the brain function.
It's like people have to just it requires you to be somewhat involved, and I think that's why a lot of these raids are fun, because they require you to literally just be like, oh, let me pay attention, let me do this, let me do that. You have to be somewhat active in the raid, and then once you get down to mechanics, it becomes very easy. I think. Let me ask a question to the chat. Who, as far as like the raid content goes, how many people would agree that Seal is probably their most favorite content to run in the game?
Honestly, I wouldn't know because I haven't unlocked it.
You wouldn't know. But who enjoys Seal like probably the most out of all content in the game? Because I think Seal is great because it's just built different technically. Hey, join the E Kevin fan club. I'm telling you, man. Kevin, you gotta control your fans, man. You gotta control your fans, man.
All right, yeah, I'm seeing some people say Seal. Some people they don't like it because Marsh is better. They said
Marsh. I mean, Marsh is kind of cool. I ain't gonna lie. Marsh is kind of up there. The snake part is pretty cool. But I do like Seal. I do like Seal. I think Seal is it's a little bit harder for some people to do because it requires like you to have a particular set of monsters, but it's not that bad. I think Seal's pretty fun. I love Seal.
I like Summon Altar the best.
Oh god.
I mean, who doesn't like the Summon Altar?
Is that Pat?
No, it was Fresh.
Oh.
Fire Ash.
I was like, that sounds like a why because I'm a G answer. That sounds like a why because I'm a G answer.
Honestly, it's been a kind of a godsend for me because I'm like almost A15 on my Karambit. Same thing with my Juno.
I love Karambit. I love that unit. He's so great.
Seal just sag for me because I can't carry. I guess. Aha, gotta get stronger.
I mean, it's not a solo carryable thing. It's just because how the raid's built. Yeah.
I feel like it's a team effort too, right?
Yeah, it's mainly a team effort because it's like, let's say you're like a person that doesn't have like all like the top monsters. You could pretty much just like bring in like a speed buff, bring in some heals, bring in like, okay, excuse me, boss. Thank you. We have. Oh, okay. That was awkward. That was awkward because like, hey, my units are still in stone. Like, you wanna help us out a bit? Thank you, appreciate it.
4 could carry 2 and Seal. Ooh, is that true?
I mean, technically you kind of can. You can like 2-man carrying Seal. You just need to be able to move like a bus. It'll take a little bit longer, but Seal is technically kind of carryable. You could definitely do. Oh no! Get out! Okay, we're out.
I just want to ask: has anybody reached the new floors for Spires, or is everyone still kind of making their way downtown?
Like I said, probably making it, but probably Baker's probably has.
Is that true, Baker's? Definitely enjoy the raids and love the challenge, but also the game gives us what we need to do well. Great combo in the game. I would agree.
That's why it's fun. I feel like in Chronicles, like no one's really locked out from doing any content. It just requires a commitment to like get to the point. Like you can do it with like 4 stars and like a couple of 3 stars. Like I said, it just requires like the playing. You have to play and get to that point where like you can do it on your own and you don't need anybody, or you can like random queue and hope you get some good people. The good thing about Twisted March is that, okay, let me say the good thing because it's kind of locked it a bit. But I will say, like, especially a person like me doing Twisted March, like most of the people that are doing up with Twisted March are people that are well off doing this. They can do this like no problem. That's why like Twisted March is like one of those content where people are really trying to get towards it because it's a high power cup. Like 390 is not easy to get to. But it's definitely like the next raid. I think it's like 500 if I'm not mistaken. I think somebody would say like the next raid was like 500 something or around that level. Which I'm like, it's high. That's pretty high for a lot of people. So I would say for Twisted March, it's hard to get to, but it's well worth it.
I was reading the chat and I was like, I heard Ekev made it pretty far inspired.
Kevin, man, I gotta have a chat with Kevin. Man. I gotta talk his fans.
Can you do it with 2-star units? I haven't seen anybody do it with 2-star units only, but I'm pretty sure there are mad lads out there.
Technically, I know people are gonna say it's impossible. Technically, it kind of is possible. It's just very summoner reliant. Like your summoner has to carry the load when it comes to power. But if you can get your summoner up there, then yeah, it could technically work. But it's just kind of, I wouldn't recommend it. That's a headache if you want to. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, part of it too, the runes do play a heavy part in the in building your teams. If you want to do 2 stars.
Oh, super heavy because those require like pretty much like legend runes, legend
substats.
Runes, great substats, and also the trinkets that you could throw on the runes itself.
Oh, I just realized his username. It's 2-star only. No wonder he asked.
It's possible.
It's possible though.
BT likes walking around. Where can you get restoration stones? Okay, if you haven't done your other characters, you can get 2 from every character when you're doing a story. Other than that, you have to complete TOA every single month, which is 2 per
hard and easy.
Every tower, yeah. So you get 1 for normal, 1 for hard, and that's it for the month. Other than that, spin that dough, baby. But you don't need to really.
Yeah, you don't really need to. If you're patient,
you really don't need to. Like if you're a person that like builds a bunch of units and you made a bunch of mistakes, you got to stop doing that. But for the most part, you don't have to. You don't need family restoration stones. You'll probably use a couple in the beginning, but once you get like a very good flow of units, you'll start to use them less and less.
Oh, that's true. There was one restoration.
There's a code for it.
Yeah, in the
there's a code for it.
latest
Yeah,
video
code that just came out.
There's also if a unit gets super nerfed, like remember back in the day when
Vanessa, all the revives got nerfed. Yeah,
when they got nerfed, they just gave free restorations to everybody.
Yep, that's a good.
That was actually pretty good because I was like, oh, increase my account level. Cool. I guess it's almost time. Do you have any summons?
I wish I did. I just funny part about that. I was like going ham on my summon because I just did TOA until I got unknown scrolls.
Yeah, we can do unknown scrolls.
Unknown scrolls. Hope I get a crow. I just hope I get a crow. Mainly I get a crow. Because like I would say the good thing about this as well is people didn't know. Unknown scrolls are super valuable in this game.
Oh yeah.
Mainly because like they help you increase your. Oh, this is another thing to increase for the people that want to increase their account level or not account level, excuse me, their power. Unknown scrolls are super duper valuable because the more you summon of a certain unit, the more passive power you get. So that's why like even Kodamiya, like right here, Kodamiya is very easy to summon. So
and you get 4 stars.
Yeah, you get 4 stars from it. You get LD 4 stars, you get LD 3 stars. They all come from unknown scrolls. So it's very beneficial to be able to like to summon as much as unknown scrolls as possible. Don't hold on to them, burn them, because they will passively give you a lot of power. It's like for example, because a lot of people are probably going to be using like Kodamiya, for example, is a good example. I love Kodamiya, my favorite burb, and you can see my Kodamiya as far as like he's level 7, and it's because I summon him so much. So the more you summon him, the more you increase his bar, and they can level up. And what happens is they get more stats. So he'll get more flat defense over time. That's why dupes are very valuable in this game. No matter what level, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star doesn't matter. They're very valuable. Very valuable. Excuse me.
I like holding on to it because I just like summoning a lot. So
that's usually what I do. I just like it. The summoning that I mentioned is pretty cool. I like looking at it, but for the most part, it's just like you want to make sure you're burning these because they give you that passive power, which you're 1000% going to want. So you really want to burn down those scrolls. So, and also, I do recommend for repeat requests, go do. I always recommend this one right here. Because you're gonna want to do Path of Growth because you're gonna run out of gold, you're gonna want XP material, and chance to argue if you don't have one. Those will help out. Breath of Life and also unknown scrolls. This is also okay because a lot of people do go broke, but I still recommend this one. But it's kind of hard to decipher between all these. Like, but the only two I recommend are pretty much like the gold one and the Path of Growth one. But I more recommend Path of Growth because Path of Growth is just overall better to do because you get more out of it. But sometimes you just want money because you do go broke in this game. Going broke in this game is really easy. So try to do whatever you can to try to like. That's why I always recommend like don't go ham with your gold because I'm telling you once you get to not this screen, this screen right here, your gold is going to get drained. It's going to get drained.
Yep.
Try to make sure you're doing all of this. So your gold is sacred. Don't burn it everywhere. Try to make sure that you try to hold on to as much as possible so you can knock out this because it's very beneficial. Knock out your blacksmithing because you want to up those weapons. Knock out your alchemy.
Processing too.
Bro, yeah, all of it is like super all of it is super needed. Like these are really, really needed and they're very, very good to have. When you're trying to get more power, it's like super duper poor. Yeah, Alchemy 7, it feels like as I say, like you'll get to the screen, it's the most like daunting screen ever. When you get to when you get a profession and you go to right here, you're just like
that blood vessel just starts popping out.
it just feels like a task list of impossibleness, but you gotta knock it out because once you get to that Alchemy 7, it becomes it becomes worth it because you're able to do so much stuff in the game now, and you're not as limited as you were before. So, like I said, try to not go too ham on the gold. Try not to build too many units. Really, really hold on to that gold. You'll thank me later.
But yeah, I mean, hopefully you guys enjoyed our little jank hotline raid. And we want to thank you guys all for coming to stream today. Had a great time talking new things, old things, raid things. Money, gold things, just everything with you guys.
Everything, yeah.
So, like you said, survey is out now. So check the pinned in the chats. Fill that out. We'll close in like I don't know, 10-15 minutes. So get your
rewards, free rewards, free stuff in the game. Take it all.
You know, I'm just gonna let Jug talk for me for the rest of the day because I'm just getting tongue twisted. But yeah, thank you guys so much, and we hope you guys have a happy Friday. Once again, I'm Comtuous Idol.
I'm Jug.
Love you.